Which is better, the new Audi A6 Avant, which starts at around $60,000 and runs on gas, or the new Audi A6 Avant e-tron, starting at around $67,000 and it runs on electricity? Well, in this episode, we are gonna find out. This is the exterior design of the A6 Avant e-tron, which I'm not a big fan of. On the front, those daytime running lights are really cool. They have amazing looking animations. Everything else just looks a bit complex. There are too many different angles and shapes, and they don't work very well together. On the side, I don't like that trim at the bottom of the doors. To me, this vehicle would have looked way better without that trim. Apart from that, the body panels are really smooth, which I do like. I also like those door handles and these wheels. On the back, the light bar is really cool. I'm just not so sure about the glowing Audi logo. The rear bumper also has a complex design. It's not the most clean looking. Just like the daytime running lights, the taillights have really cool animations. And thanks to the shape of the vehicle, plus the super smooth body panels, it has a drag coefficient of 0.24 CD. That's gonna help to maximize range. However, this vehicle is pretty heavy. The lightest version of this car weighs slightly above 4,800 pounds. That's a lot of weight. Overall, this vehicle looks alright. The new A6 Avant looks amazing, especially on the front. I love the look of those headlights. They have super cool animations. The grille is massive, the bumper has a clean look, and I also love the different creases on the hood. On the side, this car looks gorgeous. The body panels are super smooth. Those door handles look wonderful. So do these wheels. And the windows also look properly sized. On the back, it also looks terrific. The light bar is so cool. So are those taillights. Just like the headlights, they have super cool animations. And while the rear bumper has an aggressive look, it also looks pretty clean. This new vehicle has a drag coefficient of 0.25 CD, thanks to the super smooth body panels. For its size, it's very light. It weighs slightly above 4,200 pounds. That's impressive. Overall, the gas-powered A6 Avant looks way better. It looks really good in this beautiful brown paint. The new A6 Avant has a beautiful interior. The design, it does look a bit complex, but also looks high-tech, with these beautiful displays. I'm not a big fan of how the steering wheel looks. The rest of the cabin looks great. It does have a futuristic look to it. Just like the Mercedes, you have these massive displays. There's the ambient lighting. At night, it looks amazing. There's lots of chrome trim to make this interior look more expensive. It's an overall lovely interior. Usually, the interior quality of Audi's vehicles is very good. Their interiors, for the most part, have expensive feeling materials, and they feel robust. Now, just like the Mercedes, up front it gets these two displays as standard. There's the driver's display and the center display, which provides most vehicle controls. There are very few buttons in this cabin as well, giving it a cleaner look. And just like with the Mercedes, you can pay extra for a passenger's display, which is mainly for entertainment and cannot be seen by the driver, to prevent distractions. This is also a very high-tech vehicle. It also has YouTube and different games built into the infotainment system. Of course, on the main display, you can only use these features when the vehicle is parked, but with the passenger display, the passenger can use these features at any time. Of course, it gets Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. This car also gets over-the-air updates, so as you own it, over time it gets better, as each software update will provide bug fixes or new features. One thing I really like about this new vehicle is it has built-in ChatGPT into the voice assistant, so you can ask it a bunch of different questions, which will make the voice assistant way more useful. This vehicle is available with an 810-watt Bang & Olufsen 3D sound system, which includes 20 speakers. You can get a heads-up display with this car as well. For the comfort features, just like the Mercedes, it will have heated, ventilated, and massaging seats, and the heated steering wheel, but most of them are optional. And you can also get rear sunshades with this vehicle as well. This car gets a glass roof, which has a really cool sunshade feature. A press of a button will blur out the glass roof to reduce the amount of sunlight entering the cabin. That's a really cool feature. The A6 Avant e-tron's interior looks very similar. There's hardly any design difference. It has the same curved widescreen display, and there's that optional passenger's display which cannot be seen by the driver. It has that same steering wheel. It's pretty much the same, just some slight differences on the dashboard. The infotainment system is the exact same, so it's going to have all those super cool technology features as the regular A6 Avant. It also has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and it gets better over time. This car also has that super cool panoramic roof, which can be blurred to reduce the amount of sunlight entering the cabin. For the comfort features, it has heated, ventilated and massaging seats, and the heated steering wheel. It also has ambient lighting and a 20-speaker Bang & Olufsen 3D sound system, just like the regular A6 Avant. Overall, these are very nice interiors. After all, these are station wagons. So how did they compare in practicality? They have this really cool kick to open feature, where it projects a light on the floor. That way you know where to position your foot to open the trunk. With the rear seats up, the A6 Avant is up to 17.8 cubic feet of space in the trunk. With the seats down, it has 54.1 cubic feet of space. Pretty decent. In the trunk of the e-tron, there's 17.7 cubic feet of space with the rear seats up. With the rear seats down, it has 50.2 cubic feet of space. Not as good as the gas-powered A6 Avant, but still that's an excellent amount of space. Since this vehicle is electric, it has a frunk which provides only 1 cubic foot of space. The base A6 Avant e-tron has one electric motor driving the rear wheels, making about 380 horsepower and 420 pound-feet of torque. All versions of the Audi A6 Avant e-tron have a 100 kWh battery pack that can charge at 270 kilowatts. The base rear-wheel drive model has about 450 miles of range. That's an excellent amount, and it can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 5.1 seconds. The base A6 Avant e-tron all-wheel drive has two electric motors which combined make about 460 horsepower and 630 pound-feet of torque. It has a range of about 430 miles, and it can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 4.5 seconds. The S6 Avant e-tron also has two electric motors, but they're more powerful. Combined, they make about 540 horsepower and 630 pound-feet of torque. It has about 400 miles of range, and it can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 3.7 seconds. Very quick. There are three different versions of the new A6 Avant, so you can get a 2-liter 4-cylinder petrol engine that only powers the front wheels, or you can get a 2-liter 4-cylinder diesel engine which powers all four wheels and is connected to a 48-volt mild hybrid system, unlike the 4-cylinder petrol engine. Both engines make about 200 horsepower. However, the petrol engine makes about 250 pound-feet of torque, whereas the diesel engine makes about 300 pound-feet of torque. With the petrol engine, this vehicle can complete the 0 to 60 time in 8.3 seconds. With the diesel engine, it can complete the 0 to 60 time in 7 seconds. Then there's a high-performance version of this vehicle, which has a 3-liter 6-cylinder petrol engine powering all four wheels and is connected to a 48-volt mild hybrid system. It generates about 360 horsepower and 400 pound-feet of torque. With this, the vehicle can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 4.7 seconds, which is really quick. All versions of the new A6 Avant get a 7-speed automatic transmission. Both vehicles have spring suspension as standard. However, you can get air suspension with both, which features adaptive damping and self-leveling. With this, the suspension constantly adjusts based on the road conditions for a smoother, more comfortable ride and better handling. It constantly alters the stiffness and the ride height, which can also be altered manually. Both vehicles have sway bars, which reduce body roll when turning, increasing stability. They also get torque vectoring, so they can send full power to the outer wheel with the most grip. Helps a lot with corner exiting traction. They get variable ratio steering. Based on how fast the vehicle is traveling, the steering ratio adjusts accordingly for a more natural feel and also makes it more controllable. They're also both available with rear wheel steering. At low speeds, the back wheels will turn at the opposite direction of the front wheels, reducing the turning circle significantly. At higher speeds, they turn at the same direction as the front wheels, giving the vehicle better stability. Now with the e-tron, since it's electric, there's that instant torque. Just floor the throttle of any electric car, and it just takes off. There's no delay. They only run on one gear. Some electric cars do run on 2 gears, but most run on 1. The instant torque makes the driving experience way more thrilling, and they have regenerative braking. Just lift your foot off the accelerator, and the vehicle will stop on its own. While it stops, it recharges the battery at the same time. So not only does this feature make the driving experience way more convenient, it also helps to maximize range. The battery pack is also at the bottom of the vehicle, which keeps the car nice and flat when turning, as it reduces body roll, increasing stability. Now both vehicles have lots of self-driving features. Both of them have adaptive cruise control with steering assist to keep you inside of the lane. They also have lane change assist, which will allow these vehicles to change lanes on their own when adaptive cruise control with the steering assist features are enabled, and they have park assist, so they can park by themselves. But most of these features require extra, and they come with a bunch of safety features as standard. So they have automatic emergency braking, lane departure avoidance, blind spot warning, rear cross traffic alert, and a lot of other safety features. Overall, these are super advanced vehicles. So which is better, the gas-powered Audi A6 Avant or the electric Audi A6 Avant e-tron? Well, it's very difficult to decide. These are amazing vehicles. If you don't have great access to charging points, then the gas-powered A6 Avant is the only option. But if you do have access to charging points, go ahead with the electric Audi A6 Avant e-tron. Most people buy an SUV as a family car, and for a family car, electric cars win. They're more relaxing and convenient to drive with the regenerative braking and the instant torque. They're quiet, so they're more peaceful. And the Audi A6 Avant e-tron is a very high-tech, luxurious electric SUV with amazing range. But do you guys agree? Let me know which vehicle do you guys prefer. Also, let me know which other car comparison video would you like to see. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like, subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on X, and turn on all notifications. That way you never miss out on any new episode posted. But anyways, that's gonna wrap it up for today's episode.